Hi, how are you today? I hope you're doing great despite of this pandemic and we all pray that everything will go back to normal. I would like to ask you if you agree, Steve Mills, that the ecosystem itself and for every action there's a reaction. I think you do. At this lesson, the learners will expect to first, define the ecology taxation. Second, discuss the process of ecology taxation and the mean types of ecology taxation. Third, determine the different kinds of disturbance. Fourth, reflect the concept of ecology taxation. Today, I'm going to discuss one of the important events of ecosystem. Watch the video that I'm going to present and take note the important information because we were going to have a short activity. Producer is the base of ecosystem. If there are a lot of producer, we can support a lot of consumer. This ecosystem has a high level of biodiversity or diversity of species. If ecosystem have lots of biodiversity, are more stable. Stable ecosystem remain intact for a long period of time. But environmental changes can disrupt stable ecosystem. It includes wildfire, tornado, hurricane, and human activity like deforestation. Can ecosystem recover from disturbances? Ecological succession, the growth of a stable ecosystem over time. Ecosystem can rebuild after a disturbance by the process of ecological succession. Organisms can only establish themselves in an ecosystem if the environmental conditions are suitable for their needs. Let's track the growth of the producer population over time and see how each stage of ecological succession modifies the environment. Over time, the composer breaks down the dead trees and regenerates soil. This makes the environment suitable for the simple producers such as moss and grass. Simple producers provide food and shelter, making the environment suitable for simple consumers like insects and mice. As the soil continues to regenerate, the environment conditions are suitable for the larger producer. Bush and shrubs began to grow in the ecosystem. The environment is now suitable for the larger herbivores and the small carnivores. Trees began to grow, providing food, shelter, and habitat for more species. A variety of tree species become well established and biodiversity is high. The ecosystem, now fully recovered, is called a climax community. During each stage of ecological succession, biodiversity increases. During each stage of ecological succession, stability increases. Ecological succession is yet another example of the interdependence of organisms in an ecosystem. And now we're going to have a short quiz about ecological succession. Number 1, it is a growth of ecosystem over time. A. Ecosystem. B. Succession. C. Ecological succession. D. Disturbance. And the correct answer is letter C. Ecological succession. You got it right. Number 2, one of the causes of disturbance of ecosystem is ecological succession, B. Disturbance, C. Pollution, D. Wildfire. And if your answer is letter D, you've got it right. Number 3, can ecosystem recover from disturbance? A. No. B. Maybe. C. Yes, but it won't be the same. D. Yes, and it will be recovered over time. And if your answer is letter D, you've got it right. Congratulations! And now let's move on to the main types of ecological taxation. First, the primary taxation is an ecological taxation where a newly formed area is colonized for the first time by a group of species or a community, such as barren rock. A landscape is dry and bare. Next, moss. A tiny leaf is stemmed or flowerless. Lichen is leaf-like or branching growth on the rocks. Perennial, plants that live year after year. And the last one is forest, the large and covered with trees and old underwood. Next is secondary taxation. The evolution of biological communities' ecological structure in which plants and animals recolonize a habitat after a major disturbance, such as wildfire, volcanic eruption, hurricane, human activity, deforestation, and tornado. And let's see the process of secondary taxation. First, establish climax community. Next, disturb and destroy the community. The third, biota remove, but the soil remains. Fourth, fast-growing plants initially dominant. And the last one, eventually climax community is re-established. And the last one is the climax community. A climax community is the final stage of taxation, remaining relatively unchanged until destroyed by an event such as fire or human interference. And now let's have a reflection about the entire lesson. As a human being, is there anything we can do to the community to preserve the beauty and help other species to survive against disturbance? Now this is your chance to express your idea, anything that you want to say. Good luck and thank you for watching. And that's the end of this lesson. I hope I give you the information that you need to learn. And thank you for watching and have a nice day.